Is our Shulchan Yardeh Siman Lamed Hey, Sif Samach Vav, to Siman Lamed Vav, Sif Aleph. This is supplemental day 209 of the Arukh Shulchan Yomi cycle. And today's Arukh Shulchan Yomi is sponsored by Rabbi Yonasan Ezra ben Chana Fegel for a schus for Parnasa and for Refuah Shlema, Berichus Yomim, Shanim Tevos. Should be sorry to a good Geben Shior coming up for Tav Shin Pei Vav. Okay. Samach Vav. So that's a question. That what you wrote. The Yesh Mishoma, that those who say to Dafka Lamala Mechetza, Lamata Mechetza, Trefa, that's simply above half of the top half of the lung, not the bottom half of the lung. Sorry, top half of the una, not the bottom half of the una. That there's an Elioceris on the top half of the right top una. That's not a problem. Rabbi was that Perushim. There are many interpretations. The Shneim Hem Baruch Ava Una. They're talking about the width of the una. That which is called above the half is called that which is towards the pointy side. Towards the root of the una. According to this, it's that which is towards the pointy side is kosher throughout the length of the una, which I don't know if I would call it the length, but I guess I call it the height, maybe, of the una. Some say the upper Arukh una was trying to look the height of the una. And also chatzi baruch of shulchan ein lamala mechetzi baruch tzarakoneh. That's the half in the width that we said is kosher. It's only above the halfway in the height towards the trachea. Not the second half below, which is towards the lung. It's the Taz name in the Rashal. Some say that there's the crease in the una is the demarcation point. From the crease. I don't know if these pictures which I have show the crease accurately or not. I looked in the pictures. I don't see any crease well defined in the pictures. I could look at Sichas Chulin, but we'll see if it becomes necessary. The mechritz tzad a chud kosher from the crease towards the pointy side. Kosher mechritz tzad shorish treifa, and from the crease towards the root is treif. Choma shechutz the crease treifa choma come anything beyond the crease is treif no matter what. Time of call there's a fiyash arosom the reasons for all the positions according to their reckoning. Based on come ikar dochak achaz where is the primary place where there's pressure from the chest. Yesh because of those who say that minig l'sharb opens zeh. The minig is to assess this in the following fashion. Shenotlim una smalis, you take the left una, some say yamin, and you put it on top of the right una. Makush kana ula shesmol, and from wherever the left una, which is significantly smaller, that's the right una over here. That's left una over there. Right, left. So wherever the left una ends on when it's folded over the right una, that's called towards the pointy side, down outside of rush towards the top, towards the end, and it's kosher. Whatever the lung of the left lung, left una will cover up. And what's towards the lung, that's called below the half, and it's treif. That's the be'eritim named Olas Yitzchak. Samazayim l'chor near bar the pizza zesh machshim una yana ena ela b'megaba. This branch of which you put machshir in the top una is only on the back. Makama, but in the front, pizza makama trefa. A branch of it in the front is trefa. When she's worried, so on six noon zayin. Nation so the spark is going to break off. Mali una sacheros, mali una zu. What's the between any other una and this una? Raise so these spark. The found that's going to break off. Avyesh lo achronim, but there are great achronim shichu gam mikama buna zu. Who said even if you have this branch of in the front of the una, the top right una, it's kosher. It's a bach and point of it's a heavy guns. Because the time the reason they wrote is the trachea supports it. Shlo that won't fall. I guess it holds the una in place. and they're matir even if it's an indentation below. I mean, pizza requires indentation to distinguish it between a Yoseris. Yesh question we say those who say the makom shemachshin Yoseris kama in a place where we permit a Yoseris in the front. Kamazay yesh achshir can be matir here. Below makom shemachshin not a place where it would say it's treifa. Yesh that's the base of Ephraim. Yesh shemash those who from whom it seems that the same tafki Yoseris yesh achshir is going to be kama. That only a Yoseris can say is okay on the front. I feel Malchus Osi says it can be in place you normally would ask for Yoseris in the front. I have a little bit pizza, but not by a branch off. So Kim calls that. Well, this is great, very, very unclear. The back it says that Bach that you live with Gama pizza also works by a branch off. For sharpening a gun, which does Zov Mashi Yoseris only works by an extra lobe. Iron jump. Samaches ain't called Vare. So I think the Arukh is leaving us somewhat confused in this matter. Samaches ain't called Vare. It doesn't seem to give his own opinion. Ain't called Vare Malo Amurim El Behem Chaya. There's also about a behem or a chaya. Avov ein lachituch unos kebehem. A bird does not have this is separate lobes in its lung like an animal. And we do find lobes, and it doesn't have a specific number which we are looking for. Also by young sheep and goats, up to 3 days, they evidently don't have chituch unos. They don't have these distinctions. That's a shach. Yeshu in the ein latriv, so some say you don't have the not much. You're going to unos. I feel blue hecker said a cloud. Even there's no way of recognizing and no crack where the unos eventually go to develop. The achrivu side, this is how they grow. Burchayo, this is their normal mode. The bektanos, if they're small, when they're young, leislu, they don't have the unos. Because when they grow, kali unos badayo, the unos grow with them. Tap kashen them cloud, so don't have at all. But if they on one side they already have developed distinct unos, they have to also have on the other side unos. It's not streifa. That's from the Shach and the Taz. Because you see they're already growing them. We don't say that on one side they grew. And on the second side they didn't grow. By default, the assumption has to be that the two sides grow together. The Pre-Chodesh is definitely not happy with the leniency within the first 30 days altogether. Buffalo. They wrote that in the non-domesticated animals and the non-domesticated ox, as you call the buffalo. I don't think it's about the American bison, it's about a water buffalo. Name to Tommy, name to Tomich Day Vardos, they only find 2 Vardos. And the bracket says, "V'efshar the shezeu sha'omar le Ravuna Ravashi b'Gemara that Mem Zayin is possible." This Ravuna said Ravashi, and when Mem Zayin kol chive priosa. All the non-domesticated chayos, hachi islu, they have these two virus. Perishah Ephraim Teshum Shnei virus chay. According to Rabbi Ephraim, it says it's going on 2 virus. Okay, Lamed Hey was pretty long, 68 sifim, but Lamed Vav is even longer, 85 sifim. Lamed Vav Kamatine Trefus Berea, several ochas of Trefus in the lung. The lung has 2 membranes. The lower membrane is red. And it's thinner than the upper membrane. If only one has a hole, so Rashi says if only one of them is all kosher. Each one can protect the lung. So they say that the air will not exit it. Says you don't have to check this at all. It's a shach. Since there is a if you find a place where there's a puncture, even I guess a one membrane, not the other membrane, the Gdolim were macher, you have to put saliva on the place in order to check it. The place to find the hole. So we sharp prima got it. You'll be the Evan. If you didn't check those specific location, in a makim, it's not an impediment. Hacher Knega Nekev, and it's obvious if there's a crystal of blood in the other on the other membrane opposite the hole in this membrane. She Treva Doitz is definitely Treva. She saw it. King Shanegba de Choli. This is also when the I guess this is when the hole is through a disease. I mean, it coats o machach, but if you find a hole which is produced by a thorn or a needle, which obviously came from the inside, treva choli, it's treva no matter what. Pashatu. Bush that's a bush srab, iron chris, facing tzarch iun. Okay, well, I guess we're going to get into greater detail of this all later on. I don't guess. I see that. But that's it for today.